Yeah, just one day at a time with that group, with those two guys. Excuse me.
And I'm going to ask you about Preston Williams. We've seen him on the first two injury reports of the year with a foot and limited. Is that you being cautious with him, obviously coming off something significant last November as opposed to something new? I don't know if you're able to share that.
Yeah, obviously he's coming off of I think just recently came off of PUP. Just started practicing, played in the Cincinnati game a little bit, and still a little bit, limited. So we listed it that way. And look, Preston's done a very nice job of kind of working his way back and definitely moving in the right direction. But just transparency is still still some issues there, and that's why we listed him as limited.
Ryan, you're just a few days from the start of another regular season. You still have time to reflect on what this opportunity means to you, having the chance to coach an NFL team again one more year.
I'm very fortunate, that's for sure, and blessed and excited about the opportunity to coach this team this year. But I try to keep my focus in the moment, in the present, and I hope our team does the same thing. And just really kind of worried about today's practice and putting the kind of finishing touches on the game plan and getting ready to take a flight tomorrow and head up to New England.
Where's your comfort level regarding Eichenberg? Should he be pressed into the starting lineup because of Austin?
Well, look, Liam's done a nice job really since he's been here. He's tough, he's smart, he works hard. It's important to him. He's in there all the time, studying film and trying to just improve and get better. So he's had some good moments during training camp. He's dealt with some injuries also. So I think he's done a nice job of just fighting through that. It's hard for rookies. It's their first kind of time out, and we take that into account. So we'll see how it goes.
How has that competition been, or filling the left tackle void with Greg Little and with Liam? And also, does injury play a factor into that decision, considering Liam is kind of nicked up?
Look, I think there's a lot of things that play a factor into that. Obviously, we're preparing as with Austin being on COVID IR, and we've gotten a few guys ready at that position, and I would say it's not just one position. It's how that player affects the next player, and the next player, and the next player. So we'll like I've said many times, we'll play the best five guys. We have a pretty good idea of what that is right now, and we'll practice it that way today. But we'll also practice some situations where, hey, such and such is down, who's going in, and kind of the moves that would have to be made if that were to occur at a specific position. So that might be somebody going from right to left, left to right, guard to tackle, tackle to guard, center to. And I think all our guys are flexible enough to do that. So
I've always liked, appreciated, respected, understood your best five up in terms of you're going to play the best five. However, in this situation, this is the only time you've had a rookie offensive lineman where you've actually worked him at multiple spots during training camp OTAs. Even Dieter played left guard. Solomon played right guard. Robert played right tackle. Austin played left tackle, and they were allowed to settle in. Why has it been different for Liam?
Because he's got very good versatility, and he's smart, and he's tough, and you try to find a way to get players like that, on the field. So I think it's not just. I think that happens at a lot of positions. I think if you're a receiver, and we try to get you in, you can play Z, you can play F, you can play X. We may put a 4-wide package in where he's playing Y. We may put him in the backfield where he's playing the H. I think like I've said many times, I think players, their opportunity on the field, is based on their performance, and I think Liam has showed, in some instances that he may be able to help us. So we've tried to move him around. Now I would say the injuries have affected that, and obviously that goes into our decisions for this week. But to answer your question, he's bounced around because he's done a good job, and I think you do that really at a lot of positions. So safety, hey, let's play him at linebacker to get him in. Let's play him in a kicking game. Let's play him at corner in this grouping. I think that's kind of how we kind of handle things as a coaching staff.
Brian, how would you assess Javon Holland's level of readiness in light of the time that he missed because of the injury he had?
Again, Javon worked hard to get back. He's back out of practice. He's moving well. Again, anytime you miss time, you miss some opportunities to improve, to grow, to get better. But he was certainly diligent about his film study, diligent about going through our practice film. Hey, I would have played at this position, or I would have been here. And just kind of taking mental reps. That's probably the best way to say it. When he was out, and I would say all of our guys who've been out have done a good job of that. I think Javon is, again, another young guy, another rookie. Playing in his first game, so we will. I think that we take that into account when we're talking about playing time, how many groupings, how much we want to put on, a young player. So we'll see how it goes.
Coach, end of a long off-season program, training camp, all that fun stuff, heading into the regular season now. What's kind of your final message to your guys as you head into game one?
Really all the things we talked about through training camp. Alignment, assignment, good communication, good fundamentals, good technique. Follow your rules, read your keys, and play ball. So, I try not to steer too far from that, and I think if they do those things, the results, they take care of themselves.
You have two veteran NFL starters on your practice squad, obviously with Javon Sheard, Bobby Hart. Is it difficult with practice squad guys to evaluate where they are, just impressions of those two, and is there enough work in practice to get a sense of what they could be if they were active for you at this stage of their careers?
There's a lot that to unpack in that question. I have experience with Jabal, so I know him, and what his intelligence, his toughness, his physical ability. So that one's a little bit different as far as being able to gauge or having a history on what it looked like versus what it looks like now, and whether or not he could. So I probably got a better feel on that. Bobby, I don't have as much history, so it's we're learning, and we're evaluating. I think that's what we try to do with all the practice squad players. We're evaluating them in individuals and team periods and group periods, and it's still early with both guys, so no decisions there. But happy to have them both. I think they're both good players, and they've done a nice job since they've been here.
Did you catch any of the game last night, and are you amazed at what Brady is able to still do, considering he was old back when you were with him in New England and even older now?
He's a great player. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And I only watched the first half. It was exciting first half. Both ways. I thought Dak played well too. From what I saw, I just saw the final score this morning. But it's exciting to watch football again. I'm sure you all were up watching it, and excited to get going this week. But some good ball last night from what I saw.
Again, last night kind of made me think of this, but we haven't really talked about him much this offseason. One of your most consistent players last year was Jason Sanders. How excited are you to see what he can do this year? And how would you evaluate his offseason?
I think he's been great. He's been consistent. He's and that's probably the one thing about him that is probably his best quality is his consistency. The way he works, the way he trains, the way he goes about his craft, how important it is to him, the minute details that go into kicking. He's on top of them. So I'm excited to. I'm happy that he's our kicker, and look, his consistency, and not just as a kicker, but the way he trains and the way he goes about his business. I mean, I have a lot of respect for it.
And it's been a while since you played in a full stadium. I know you always talk about the tough atmosphere, but do you feel like you ever have to bring any, especially the younger players, back down to earth? It's been so long since they've played really in a sold-out crowd.
I mean, yeah, it's something we talked about. It's been a while since anyone's played in front of a full stadium, college, professional. So, look, crowd noise will be, it's something we've talked about, it's something we've practiced in, and that element is something that we're going to have to deal with, especially on the road in a tough environment. So, yeah, we talked about that, and that's just one more, one more part of playing on the road that we've got to deal with, and it's part of the adversity, and it's not going to be easy. So we've talked about that, and we know and understand that, and we're going to have to perform with that stress as part of the entire game. So yeah, we talked about it, and the rookies, veterans, players, coaches. I mean, it's been a while since any of us have been in a full stadium, so there'll be some, I would say similar to getting used to playing with no fans. We'll just get used to playing with fans. So
with the Preston, obviously you addressed Preston, but with Devonta and Albert coming back to practice, what have you seen from them during the sessions, and are you comfortable with them having a role with the offense, considering most of them missed all of the preseason?
Yeah, I mean, both guys worked hard to get back. We got them back out there. They practiced well. And yeah, very comfortable, playing both guys. But look, that's kind of too far out. I mean, we got practice today. Let's see how that goes, and kind of put the finishing touches on, for those two specifically. Hey, this route, this block, this motion. So just kind of put the last kind of bit of the game plan together, and but yeah, assuming all that's good, I'm comfortable with both guys.
Ryan, can you talk a little bit about Tua's chemistry with Myles Gaskin, and how can that help the team this season?
Tua's chemistry with Myles is good. He's the two of them have they spent a lot of time together. Whether it's ball handling with on run plays, in the pass game. Myles moves around a lot, so he ends up in some receiver situations, and obviously catching the ball out of the backfield. So, I mean, I think they got a good rapport, and they're constantly talking about a variety of things. And when you got a player like that who does, catches the ball, runs the ball, protects, I mean, there's a lot of conversation. So, I think Tua's got a good relationship with him and really all the backs, and I'm sure that will continue. Thanks, guys.